Hello everybody, John here, and I'm just here to say thank you. So at this point in the channel's life, we've now reached 100 subscribers, which is seriously something I never expected to do within my lifetime, but we seem to have gotten there. I made this channel I think technically YouTube said it was like 2013 is when I made it, so that would be like 8 years ago, if I can do math right. Yeah, that'd be like 8 years ago. But I think the first video I made was in 2014, which was it was like Battlefield 4, like that was like one of the new games I got, and I was doing like just like a compilation of like fails, like Battlefield 4 fails, like because that was just the thing at the time. So I was doing those videos, and that was like in 2014, like January 2014. So that would be like 7 years ago. So channels well past 5 years. I didn't even realize, we got to that like past 5 years until like after the fact, and I was like, well, oops. But hey, we're getting close to that 10 years, so that's pretty cool. But look at how far we've come, I guess. It's because we've gone from the funny Battlefield fails to now doing full Let's Plays that are like hour-long videos, like videos that are really hours long. We have some guests here and there, and started from 0 to now 1 and 2 zeros. So it's really just awesome to be at this point. I'm working on trying to find a way, or like what to, like kind of how to do it, like because I want like one of those YouTube award things. You can only get one, I think, if it's like there's the different tiers. So technically I'm in the graphite tier, which is like 0 to 1,000 subscribers, and then it just picks up from there, where it's like the silver, the gold. Silver I think is 100,000. Gold is like 1,000,000, and then if you have like 10 million or something, that's like the diamond play button. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a long time, but I think it goes from graphite to like bronze, and then like it goes up from there. But when I get like, I want to like have a custom one to do like the 100, because I think that's obviously like a great goal that we've like reached here. So for this video, I wanted to just take the time. Also, I hope you enjoy like my set, if you want to call it that. This is my room, so this is the actual fun side of my room, where we have like all my crap everywhere, like all my helmets. I got my cap shield, I got my Lego stuff, and I just hung up my 2 diplomas here from the schools I went to. So that's cool that I have 2 diplomas. As like if you notice, this is the remote that's allows me to. It's like a Bluetooth remote, so I can record. That's what I do for my vlogs and stuff like that. Or when I used to, I don't really do them anymore, obviously, because I just haven't had the time or the motivation. But there's a little Bluetooth thing that I use that'll just click it and it'll turn the video on or off, so I can frame it up right, and then I can click it to go. Yeah, I think it's still rolling. But yeah, so I hung these guys up, and last night, or this morning, I woke up and like I just noticed all my stuff on the ground, and it turns out that the thing fell and like smashed into everything. So that was awesome to do this morning. I had to fix that. But yeah, so this is obviously, the room is changing from the last time, so it's like, I guess like a little spoiler kind of thing there, but also not, because initially I planned to do like those monthly like review things, like where it'd be like, oh, what did we do? But I was like, I'm not gonna do that, just because I feel like it's kind of annoying to some people, or like more me. Like this has always just been something you do for fun. I'm gonna put this down because we're not gonna talk for a while. We've always just done this for fun, like ever since, like this is going to be my origin of the YouTube thing, because I've never done this before. I've never done this on the channel, at least to my knowledge. I've done the like the who am I kind of thing, which I could probably update, I guess, at some point. But I don't really think I talked about the intricacies of like how I got into this. If I did, sorry for the repetition, but this is going to be me telling the YouTube story. And then at the end, I'm going to be thanking everybody, obviously, who's gotten me to this point. And I have a list here of like some subscribers. And I say some because I can only see the ones that are publicly subscribed. There are people, it's like if you have a YouTube account, you can subscribe to a channel. But unless you make yourself a YouTube channel, I can't see if you're subscribed to me. So I think I have 33 like names here, but obviously we've gotten to that 100 mark. We're actually 105 right now, but I can only have 33 here. But if you stick to the end, maybe I'll call your name out, and then I would highly recommend right now to just make yourself public, or like put in the comments that you're subscribed to me and for however long, and then I'll be able to shout you out in like another video or something, because I really do like knowing who watches my stuff and actually gets a kick out of all this. So yeah, so I guess we'll get on with the origin story. Okay, so years ago, I was like, obviously, as I said, my YouTube channel was first made in like 2013, 2014, like that kind of era. And one of my first videos that was like a real, it was like, it was called like Test at first, like obviously, like, 'cause I was just testing it out. I don't know if it's still called that, because I think it might be, which would be a nice little history thing. But so I remember I wanted to do YouTube for a little bit, because at the time I was going to Ocean County College, which is that little degree right there. So I was going there for game design, because I was a fan of like the Lego video games and stuff like that, and I wanted to work for TT Games and like do that kind of stuff. But going through it, as I'm doing that, I was doing some YouTube videos and like some little sketches here and there with my friend Joe, who's known as Snoop Bones. He has a YouTube channel that like I've been on a few times. There's a playlist on the channel that's called, I think it's like videos that I've been in but like aren't on the channel, but I think it's just called other videos I've been in. So if you go to his channel, check him out. He's got like 700 some subscribers, and we do videos here and there. Like he's kind of busy with stuff, and I also kind of think he's a little just kind of unmotivated to do some things. But excuse me, we do sketches on there from time to time. But he has like over like 700 subscribers or something, but he doesn't like post that often because we're kind of like busy with other stuff, like you're just working all that kind of stuff. But I was going to Ocean County College with Joe actually, and we had the same game design class. But as we were doing like sketches and stuff, I'm like, I think this is really fun, like to just do like all these like types of sketches and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, like I want to start doing this kind of stuff too. But then also, and I was like, I don't have the recording software or like anything like that to do like gameplays. I wanted to do gameplays like he did. And I was like, oh, I just have my phone. I don't have like a camera, and I could save up to get one, but I definitely like to use my money for other things, as you can see. But either way, so we used to do sketches and stuff. The professor we had, we were actually talking about her the other day because he was like messaging me about it. She wasn't the best teacher, and actually kind of turned me off to like doing all that kind of stuff because she was just really bad at her job. So I decided then, after doing all the sketches and stuff, to switch over to theater. So I started doing theater and stuff like that, which is I changed my degree from game development to what it now says, which is associate in arts, my associate's degree. And then over here, and then eventually I transferred to Stockton, which was the whole apartment saga, I guess, of the channel. And over here I got my like bachelor's in studies in the arts. So that was that. But going back, because it was definitely around Stockton where I tried to do more like live action, like bits here and there. I don't think I have actual sketches on here. I do have the short film I made, which I want to redo at some point, but it's always like getting people together and like obviously pandemic going on and all that kind of stuff. But rewind, because I'm jumping all over the place. Apologies, I'm horrible at telling stories. But so I need to slow down. So I didn't have any game recording software, and I just had my phone to record things like that. And I was like, I don't want to hold my phone up to the TV, which I easily could have done. Some people actually do sometimes. That like, and like they have a good amount of subscribers, so it's all just about like what you do with it. But so the Xbox One was coming out. Like that'll give you a nice time frame of what's happening. So the Xbox One is coming out, and I learned that the Xbox One has a recording feature, and then you can upload the recording stuff onto YouTube. So I was like, this is my way to do it. I'm gonna get this new console anyway, and then I could just transfer the stuff to there. And you can do voiceovers. There was the whole Upload Studio app. I don't think they do that anymore, or I think it is still around, but like obviously it's not really used that much. But that was like my way to make videos and stuff like that. And if you go early on into the channel, I think they're unfortunately still there. Or well, that's how the Battlefield 4 videos are made. That's how There's like the GTA 5 moments, like those kinds of like really short, like the Titanfall fails or Titanfall fun, I think it was just called Titan Fun at the time. Those like kind of like really quick things, like they're under 5 minutes. That's where those videos came from, and you'll notice there's some Xbox Studio like I think logos or like transitions and stuff in there, and that shows that like that's what I had at the time, and the max you could do was 5 minutes. Now I think you can do like 25 minutes or like something around there, which is pretty cool. But back then you could only do a short amount of time, and you could do like multiple clips and stuff like that. So you'll hear me voice over some things in those clips. I remember for GTA 5 moments, I used to always like use classical music. So I would sit there with like my headset on, and then I would like lay down with like my phone on my chest and like play music so it would go through the headset into the thing when it did the voiceover. And that's how I did the music for those videos. So obviously I was just working with what I had. I don't have, obviously a lot of money to be putting into all this like, the game stuff, like all the big people have, and like the Twitch streamers and stuff like that, but that was just what I worked with at the time. Fast forward a bit, I remember I tried to do Amazing Spider-Man 2 because that was like one of the first games I had. I tried to do that as like I tried to do that as a Let's Play series, one of my first Let's Play series. Obviously, it didn't pan out, didn't finish the game because I was like, oh boy, people are gonna love, and I'm gonna love doing 5 minute increments of a game that would probably take several hours. So that would be just a blast, wouldn't it? Anyway, fast forwarding a little bit, me and my friend Chris, who I unfortunately don't talk to anymore because he's kind of just like a shut-in nowadays. Like I try to talk to him every once and again, but he's kind of just unresponsive. And like me and Joe talk about this, that he just kind of became distant. But he gifted me what I use to record my games with, and I'll show you guys my actual setup, like when I'm recording, like in a little bit. But I'll just show you my equipment that I have right here. All right, so this is like what I record with. So I have, well, first I'll put this down. So he gave me this, which is the Elgato, like the Game Capture HD. I think this is like the HD 60. Like it's a kind of an older model, I'm pretty sure. This was made like specifically for like the Xbox One and stuff like that. Like more specifically the Xbox One, because that's the software on my computer says it'll always be like connected to the Xbox One. But what's good about this and why like I believe it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not going to go out and buy like all these new updated things and stuff like that, and we spend all that kind of money when it's like all this needs is an HDMI cord for me to record with. So, that means I can use it on the Xbox. So that's what I did mainly. I think it started with not I know it would have to have started with Spider-Man because that's when I got my PlayStation, was for Spider-Man, like the PS4 game. PS4 has an HDMI cord, so it turned out that it could work. And then even with To the Moon, the Switch and the little stand has an HDMI cord, so I was able to do it with this. So it's like, why would I go out and get like all these different things, or like whatever? People have like different kinds of recording software, like all this different kind of crazy stuff. And obviously my stuff's not like the best quality when it comes to like, recording and stuff like that or whatever, but like this works, and it was somehow able to get over 100 people to like my content. So I definitely appreciate this thing like a whole lot. So I just use the Elgato HD 60, and I have like the Elgato capture software. And originally I didn't have a microphone. I would use my laptop's microphone. So I would like have to tell my parents, I'm like, go upstairs, do not say anything, because the microphone on like a Mac or whatever, which is what I have, is obviously very sensitive. So I had to like be very quiet, like couldn't have anything else going on. If you go back to like my earlier videos, I'm sure you hear stuff like randomly in the background or whatever, or I'm like, hey, like go away, like all that kind of stuff. So, but then eventually for Christmas one year, I got this blue snowball microphone, which I use time to time. Like I remember we were doing like a Zoom script reading for, it was it was like the Crucible. It was the Crucible. We also did a script reading for like Endgame, and then something else that I can't remember, unfortunately. But just other Zoom calls, I think I would do. I would like pull this out and just like talk to it, because like it was better quality than like my Mac microphone. or anything like that. So, but I choose the blue snowball. It's black though, and I think Joe has a white one. But yeah, I don't think there's any that actually blue. But it just it plugs in here. It has a USB thing on the end. And then I plug that into like this little adapter I have for my Mac. So it has like two USB ports. One is for the Elgato, one is for the microphone. And then that's how I talk. That's how I use to record games. Now, obviously, so like as I've just stated, when I record, I use the Elgato software, and I have it set to where the game volume will go down once I start talking. So, and the microphone is very sensitive because early on I used to record things and like I would talk into it and the voice was like very low. Like the game volume would go really low, and then because I'm talking, and then as that was happening, the volume was just really low on it because it just wouldn't pick me up even though I'm like right next to the microphone. So, or I'd be like this far away, this far. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? Like, I don't want to be like, hey, everybody, this is an ASMR time, like, kind of deal. Or like, hey, like, you can't hear me, like, I'm yelling or something. So I turn the sensitivity way up on the microphone, on the software. I always try to sync it every now and again. Like, I don't really know how to properly sync it. I just kind of work with what happens, where I plug it in. I go, testing. I see that the voice, like, it can hear me. I try to sync it. I go 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's a little off sometimes. So if I would try to make a joke or something, obviously timing could be a bit off. My reactions might be a little bit off at some sort of thing. So you'll notice that in some of the videos, which is like, kind of rough, for me to listen to. And I'm like, oh man, like I wish I could have like done that a little bit better, but you can't really edit on this. On like my Mac or whatever, like in the software, you can only just cut stuff out. At least to my knowledge. I've looked it up. I can't figure out anything, so it's like, oh, do I cut stuff out? Like, that's why not a lot of my game videos have edits in them, or like at all. If anything, there's just like cuts in there. So like that's why the videos are always so long, and like it's just kind of me. Like if there's a game where I'm frustrated, I'll just be like, oh, I'll be back in the next episode because I don't want to like cut stuff or whatever, because it's just a lot of stuff, and like I kind of just want to. I also want to like just capture everything, kind of just. Especially with Avengers, like Avengers are just coming to mind because that game's like really annoying. And I'm glad we got through that DLC just so I can not do it again, at least until Black Panther comes out, and then Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it was like the microphone is what I use, and I'll like talk. I'll be like right here, I guess, with it. Like it's kind of like right here. So, but like if I breathe a little or something like that, the volume of the game will just go down. So you'll notice like the game volume will just go down, and stuff like that. And like I don't really know what to do with that, because if I were to not set it to where the game volume goes down, then I'm talking like next to the game, and that's like the best way I can kind of describe it, because obviously if I start talking, game volume goes down, you can hear me better. But if not, then it's like me and this other person are talking the exact same time, so it's like kind of frustrating, and like to try to differentiate. There are subtitles on the screen for at least most of the time for whoever's in the game, because I try to do that. So if I am talking, you know what they're saying. But anyway, that's like my equipment really. I don't really have like a set to record with, so it's kind of difficult and like uncomfortable, especially now that I'm not in the apartment anymore. Because I used to have like later on I used like a little table to like put all my stuff on, but now I'm like on the ground, and like I'll show you that in a little bit. But anyway, so I got the Elgato and the blue microphone, which I might have to update that stuff like just at some point in the future. But anyway, so that's when I started doing like those other videos and kind of stuff like that. I've been trying to reach out and like do better just content. I'm doing more games. Like obviously I went from just Xbox. We went from the Xbox recording software to like this software, better sound quality. And then we go from, Xbox, we have the PlayStation now, and I have a Switch. So now we're going to be able to do a great wider range of games, on the channel. That's what we've been doing, where, we do some Xbox stuff, but then I have certain games for PlayStation, like we just did Battle for Bikini Bottom, that's PlayStation, Spider-Man's PlayStation, all kinds of PlayStation stuff. We played To the Moon, which is on the Switch. Can't wait for the sequel to come out this year, which I'm definitely playing with some people. But also, talking about some people, we went from me on my stomach, like talking to my computer as I'm trying to like play the game or whatever, by myself, to sitting in a room with somebody and having like special guests like on the video. So it's not just been me the whole time. I'm sorry that it has just been me for a good amount of stuff, and especially now with this pandemic. But it is rather difficult to kind of do that sort of thing. So like it's definitely helpful when we have special guests. So I have to thank the special guests that we've had on like the channel so far, which has been majorly Josh. I was like when we were at the apartment together, he was obviously right next door, like literally. So we were able to record a lot and like do kinds of things like you just bounce off each other. Like he's one of my best friends, if not like my actual best friend. And like we just like always bounce off each other. It's always great to have like a duo. That's why like those work a lot better. So it's a little difficult, to get to, like I guess the point where I'm at right now. So that's why I'm just like really surprised that like just me, with those people's help, with like Josh and like the other guests like help that we've gotten to this point. But like it really does mean a lot that, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but so Josh has definitely helped out a lot. And then we had Tyler come on, my friend Tyler, like he's one of my best friends as well. And we were able to play Spider-Man together. I remember we were playing through it, and like he also had it as well. He got the PlayStation same time as me. It was like 2018, like Black Friday. So we were playing it as well. Or he was playing it as well, and then he was like trying to like play it himself first because he didn't want to spoil anything. I was like, completely understandable. So we were like going back and forth, but I got the DLC and he didn't, so that was a nice fun thing for us to do also in that department. And just the fact that we were able to like finish that game together. It was such like a long game, but it was just so cool to be able to do that with him. I really do hope that sometime in the future we could do like some other series and stuff like that, like Miles Morales. I know it was kind of just me, but it'd be cool if we did like all the Spider-Man games. But since we missed Miles Morales, maybe for the next, like for Spider-Man 2 we can come back together or something like that. And then we have, of course, Marissa, like my lovely girlfriend, who decided to join me for To the Moon because it was a game I definitely wanted to show her because it's one of my favorite games of all time. Ken Gao and like the Freebird like games, like production studio, like obviously knock it out of the park and like do an amazing job with that game. And like the sequel is coming out soon. Like I played the sequel. I played A Bird Story, with like the sequel Finding Paradise. I played the Bird Story, which is like a spin-off kind of thing that's supposed to be like that links into Finding Paradise, but not like super important. And then the third game, Imposter Factory, is supposed to be coming out this year, which I might get on Steam. I'm not really sure yet, but like again, when it comes to recording things, I have the Elgato, so I can't really do PC stuff because I don't have that type of software because I can't afford it and can't begin to imagine how to work that kind of stuff. But I'm probably going to play that for myself, and then I'll wait until, the port comes to the Switch, because, I mean, if the first game came out, it's like, okay, but now the second game's here. So maybe A Bird Story could even show up, but also I expect the third game to show up maybe, like, next year or the year after or something like that, because they've been coming out consistently. Like obviously it's just been the two games now. But the fact that To the Moon came out and then shortly after the sequel's now coming, and I was just so happy to be able to show her that, and like tears were shed like throughout because it's just a very touching story, and like through that we have like that better connection now that like, we talk about it a whole lot. I have over here, like, I remember I got this guy. It's a little platypus. He's like it is just a platypus plushie, but I more call it like the platypus from the game. And then I also got her one as well, so we both have a little platypus as like a little memory thing. So yeah, but yeah, we all have. I also, my apartment, I think I showed it off as well, is that there's the thumbnails I did for the videos, and like I printed them out and put them up on the wall. So at the top, or like at some of them I did like the Bendy one with Josh. There's the To the Moon one with Marissa. Me and Josh did Halo 2 together. Me and Josh did Man of Medan or Man of Medan, whatever you want to call it. There's Tyler and me with Spider-Man. And then there's me and Josh for Alien Isolation. Me and Josh also played through all the Walking Dead games. Me and Marissa also played in, I almost said Death Stranding. That's definitely not what we fucking played. Little Hope. We played Little Hope together. I played, the first part by myself. The second part, I wanted to do the director's cut. Something got messed up. I don't even know if there is a director's cut for that game, but I didn't get it even though I pre-ordered it. So whatever about that. But we played through it again, so we were able to do that, and it was just really awesome to be able to like do videos with people. I definitely want to try to do it more. It is, again, always just working with other people's availability and like explaining to them, you have to sit down on my carpet for who knows how many hours. And then, but yeah, like in the end, it'll always be a great time, but it's all about scheduling and just, working everything out. But I'm sure I'm just rambling on now, but since I started getting into the thumbnail thing, I'll talk about that. So originally, when it comes to thumbnails, I'll just take, the poster of the videos. Like that's kind of how it is you'll notice for some of them now just as quick placement ones because I can't work that fast with other creative things because I'm lazy and also occupied with other stuff. But like if you notice for Avengers, it's kind of just the same deal. It's kind of just the same poster with the number next to it. Nothing really unique there. But for series such as like Spider-Man or Bendy and the Ink Machine, and then Miles Morales, like as well, I've done. And I wanted to do other ones. I can't really remember, but I've gone back and I've drawn like the characters, and I've like done like little custom thumbnails. So I've been trying to do like little custom thumbnails with my art. I do art traditionally, so like I draw on a pad. I don't have the money to afford a digital program or anything like that. Even though I could save up for one, but like that's not really at the forefront of my mind when I have to worry about other things to afford. Not just obviously all this stuff, but like actual things. So I'm trying, obviously save up for that to get my own place, all that kind of, yada yada, whatever. But like I've been starting to do more creative things when it comes to stuff like that. So I've been trying to draw a little bit more. Obviously, not a whole lot, just because motivation definitely is something lacking. But I started drawing a little bit more and like doing custom thumbnails. So I hope people do enjoy those ones because those do, take some time and like trying to get them right because I have to take a picture of them and like translate it over, find some random background and like put stuff on it. Obviously I'm not like the best artist ever, so I like to think that I'm okay. Like I'm pretty good, but obviously I'm not the best ever, so it doesn't always come out the best. But either way, I hope people enjoy those. If you do, like, put them in the comments. And with that, I do want to say I hope that there's more engagement in the comments. I don't really know what this video even is anymore. This always happens. I just ramble for a long time about stuff, but I hope something at least was a little coherent at the moment. So I hope that one of the things I do hope moving forward is that there's more communication in the comments and stuff like that. The most I've gotten in some of the comments is that there's one video I have where it was meant for Halloween, but like by the time I could edit it and do stuff like that, like for example this one, probably gonna take a good time to edit, and it's already late as it is. But it's always just about the motivation of it because I only have my cell phone to work with. So what's going to happen is, so I was trying to edit the video, but it came out November 1st, and it was me in my Red Hood cosplay, like my Arkham Red Hood cosplay, which looks like this. If I can get this out of here. There we go. Looks like this guy. So it's Jason from Arkham Knight, like the Arkhamverse, which is one of my favorites, and it probably is my favorite version of the DC universe. Can't wait to see what happens in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League because that's involved in that. But I have this cosplay. The only thing I'm actually really missing from sorry, I have stuff in the background. I'm trying not to have my TV go to sleep. Besides, the only thing I'm missing from this cosplay is like the actual shin guards, which I would hope to get to at some point. But it was basically me showing off this, and I was kind of doing like a dress-up type of thing. But it was like inspired from like I think it was Batman and Robin specifically, like when they're dressing up. Or no, I think it's Batman and Robin, but I think Batman and the Robin. Yeah, no, it is Batman and Robin because that's what Mr. Freeze in it. I'm pretty sure, but it's when they're dressing up, obviously, and it shows like their ass or whatever, and it shows like their chest and all that kind of stuff with the zoom ins and stuff like that. But again, I'm kind of working with what I have, and I didn't have anybody to help me with that video, so it was kind of just me. So that's why there's just like still shots of just like my ass or whatever, like me getting dressed. Like obviously it wasn't just like my bare body putting clothes on. I have like underwear and like all that kind of stuff. But if you've seen the video, you know. But anyway, you know, it's me like getting dressed up in it, and then it's like it was just kind of fun thing. I get a little comments on it. A lot of the same comments, getting a little annoying, honestly, because it's always like, where do you get this stuff, all that kind of stuff. And I've said several times, and I, you know, put it in the description. I get it that people don't really read the descriptions of videos, but then I'll also put it in several other comments. But I just keep getting the same comments all the time, like, where do you get this stuff? I'm like, it's in the description. And I do plan to do a video where it's like a whole review of the costume itself to kind of really talk about that. But I really hope that there's more comments moving forward. And more engagement, because I definitely want to engage with you guys a lot more and figure out and know the people that are watching my content, so I can better do, you know, this whole thing. There we go. Yeah, because I always ask I always ask people, you know, put in the comments like what you thought of things, because you know, unless I know what you guys want, I'm kind of just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, that's kind of what this whole channel has been about, though, is just me doing what I wanted to do. So if there's ever a game or something that you might want to see, or like some different style of stuff, I don't know, because there's games that I plan on getting in the future, like that I want to do for the channel. But if there's any like kind of caveats or something you want me to change up, or anything like that, like if there's ever a game we've played and you're like, oh, could you go back and like do this different playthrough or something maybe, or like all this kind of stuff here and there. Like I do plan on getting one of the new Pokemon games at the end of the year, you know, like with the re-releases, not re-release, but like the remakes of like Diamond and Pearl. I definitely plan on getting one of those copies. I remember I originally played Diamond and I did have Pearl, but I always had, when I was younger, I always got both versions of the games. So it would be the main one would be like the crappier version. Nothing against whichever game that was, but it'd be like that's the one I would just transfer all the other Pokemon over to, and then I'd be filled with garbage on that one. So probably you know, mainly play Diamond, might do Pearl in this one, but if somebody wants like me to try to do Diamond or something, like because of the different Pokemon and all kind of stuff, or like do like a Nuzlocke or something like that, which I would not be the most excited about, but I could definitely give it a shot. If there's anything like that, like please put in the comments. Please also put in the comments like if you're a subscriber, because again, I have a list here of just like 33 people out of like 105, and I would like to know who you are. And then if you like the stuff, if you don't like the stuff, because I do see, you know, some dislikes on some videos, I want to know like what could I do to change things, anything like that, or just like the ideas of it, because I don't want to change things too much, because I am doing this for fun, you know. I do mention all the time that I don't monetize my videos. One, it's too much work. Two, it does kind of restrict, you know, creative stuff like that, and I already do get copyright claims here and there, but like it's kind of just the basic stuff where the one that comes to mind is when I'm playing BioShock and I walk past a machine that's playing Frank Sinatra and I can't help that. I'll get like a copyright claim, but it's like, oh, we're allowing you to use it because it's in the game. Like EA Sports is in the game. Like there's nothing that could really be helped about that. So like, you know, obviously all that kind of stuff, but also just like, because I'm just doing this for fun. I have no plans to make this like a permanent thing in any way. I just kind of really do this for, you know, shits and giggles. Like I do want to keep doing. I want to keep doing this for as long as I can. And then do just whatever I can on it, because I do, you know, I play video games. I did like more vlogs and stuff like that, like throughout school, because I like went on more adventures. But if there's anything people want to see, I could definitely like show that stuff out. If you want to talk about any more, if you want me to do any more specific or talk about more specific parts of my life, where it's like either like, you know, the Lego stuff, like my, you know, I don't know, history, if you want to call it like that, when it comes to like Marvel or like DC or Star Wars, or like anything like that, like definitely let me know, and then I can like talk about it and do stuff like that. My drawing, like I definitely want to do videos with drawing, but it's always about like the framing and stuff like that. But anyway, I do want to get to the main point of this, which is me saying thank you for being a viewer and like actually viewing this right now and just being a fan or just somebody who passed by, being a friend, being whoever. Just wanted to thank you for taking your time out of your day to either watch my content in the past, you just joined on, like just taking a glance at this, like liking it, disliking it, putting a comment in, doing anything. I just wanted to thank you for taking your time to do that and like just wanting to do that because it really does mean a lot that you chose to watch this video and like stick around for this long, especially. I really don't think a lot of people are going to do that, but you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm going to read from the list now. It's just thank everybody that I can. And yeah, so let's get to the thank you. Also, do not expect a lot of edits in this video, obviously. I'm just going to be cutting out the sections where I'm quiet and getting stuff settled. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to the thank yous. So yeah, there's only 33 of these of you guys here, but I do want to know about the rest. So anyway, so at first off, we have Nikki Daniels. So I'm just going to read the name of the person. I'm not going to be like, oh, I know this person is this, and like dox them. But so this is Nikki Daniels. I remember this was one of the first notifications I got of a subscriber. And they subscribed like in 2015, in February 2015. That's a long time ago. So Nikki, if you're watching this, thank you so much for sticking around for this long. I know that there's probably a lot of people out there who are subscribed that kind of forgot about me or something like that, because there are a lot of channels I know that I've been subscribed to where people just stop posting or something like that, and you're just found out that like you're still subscribed to this like person that you subscribed to like 5 years ago or something. So if you're still around, or if you're still watching, thank you so much. As we going up here, we have JB Sachs Covers. I do know that that's one of my friends, and I do hope that person does continue making content. I'm calling you out right now because they did really cool stuff. They did like saxophone covers and stuff like that, and they subscribed in 2015 as well, May 16th. So thank you so much for subscribing. Then we have it's either Emil Hamadi or Emily Hamadi. It's spelled Emile, so it could be either or. It could be Emil from Hilo Reach, or Emily, just spelled a different way. So thank you so much for watching. Also 2015 one, and then also in 2015 was Lord Death 900 with the icon of Sasha from Attack on Titan. So thank you both for subscribing. It really does mean so much to me, and it's also cool to see because it also shows you how many subscribers they have, and that there's like a whole wide range of people here, like just from across the land, where it goes from like 4 subscribers to like, then we have like 46 up here to like 90, like all that kind of stuff. Like it's just cool to see like a bunch of different range of people decide to watch my content, plus others who I don't even know about. So then we have Claudia Day, subscribed in 2016. Seems to be the only subscriber for 2016. Thank you very much. We have Flying V Hockey. Thank you for subscribing. That was 2017 in September, and on the same day was also Caroline. I'm not gonna announce your last name because I know that I actually know you as a person. I'm not gonna like straight up dox you. I don't even know what this is anymore because I just kind of just dox or whatever, Nikki Daniels, but I don't know if that's like your name. So Caroline, thank you so much. Then we have Roadmaster 97, Zach, then my friend Joe. Thank you for subscribing, but it's Joe's like second channel. Person I'm not going to name because they're actually a very toxic person that definitely probably forgot that they were subscribed to me. So that would be the one exception that we're not going to name that person because they're a horrible person, and I hope that they unsubscribe to me at some point. Then we have Helena Troy. It's my girlfriend. Thank you very much. Tyler, of course, Tyler subscribed to me. Thank you. It really does mean the world that you guys, are subscribed to me, even if you may not watch my content sometimes, to my friends. And this is by no means like me calling you out or anything like that, but It's to be like, thank you for just the support in general. And like, if you do subscribe, just to subscribe and like, just to support me, thank you seriously very much. Just that sentiment really means a lot to me. Then we have Christian, one of my friends. Thank you very much, Christian. I hope you're still watching. I hope you're doing well too. Ryan. So Ryan actually just started. My friend Ryan actually just started a YouTube channel slash. I think they do Twitch as well, but I think it's mainly YouTube. He's kind of new to the scene. His channel's called Goose Games. You can probably go check out that channel. I was like, that channel is not subscribed to me directly, but I've seen like some of his things. It's kind of just like reviews for shows and stuff like that, and then also he does some game stuff here and there, and then also like sports commentating and stuff like that. So he's really cool with that. But this is probably like a different channel he had. Jessica, which is my cousin, so thank you, Jess, for subscribing. And then we have, Marissa has a second channel, so this might be a little cheating, but thank you, Marissa. Again, I love you very much. We have Mikey, which is my other cousin, which is Jess's brother. So thanks, Mikey. Hope you're still watching, and yeah, hope you're doing good. Or else I'll probably see you soon, but thank you very much. Then we have Sammy, who I have not seen since college, but I hope she's doing good. I did talk to her a little bit recently, so thank you for subscribing. We have Frank Giacobbe. They definitely said that wrong, but Frank, thank you very much for subscribing. He subscribed last year, actually, in 2020. It was quite a year, wasn't it? Then we have Tim, Timothy. I was like, he's one of my friends, like with Ryan. I was like, he helps him with like the channel and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he helps Ryan with his channel and stuff like that. We've talked about like doing kind of stuff here and there. So thank you, Tim, for subscribing. It means a lot. And we have Allie. Allie's one of my closer friends, and it's like Marissa's best friend. So thank you much, Allie, for subscribing. I was like, Allie has a channel of herself, if I can speak, because obviously this happens when I just talk for an hour. My words mess up. So thank you, Allie, for subscribing to me with your other channel, because her main one, I think, is just Alexandra Varga. I was like, you can look her up. She does like song covers. She's very new to the scene. Like Ryan, I think, started like last year, late last year. My hand's sweating. My computer's getting wet. But Allie just freshly started. Oh, my arm. She freshly started with song covers. Definitely check her out. I think I'm going to update I have a little thing on the side of my channel that's like friends channels. Check that out. That's where some of these people are. You definitely check them out. We have Weebu Nime. So thank you very much for subscribing. Subscribed also last year. Thank you very much. We have Guiji himself apparently subscribed to me last year. Thank you very much, Guiji. Hope you're doing well with Professor Egad. Tyler, other Tyler. This is there's like I kind of say Tyler's name or whatever, like in the Spider-Man video. So that's Tyler Jordan Beck. This is Tyler Brown. Thank you, Tyler. I was like, I met Tyler doing like my camp job. He's really epic, and he's doing medical stuff now, so he's going to be a fancy doctor, and I hope he's doing good with that. We have Brendan Plays, with a Z at the end, so thank you, Brendan, very much for subscribing to me. We have Basics, it's like Basix, so it's Basics. Thank you very much for subscribing to me. We have Don Toll. I was introduced through Marissa, as one of Marissa's friends. He's very cool. So thank you very much, Don, for subscribing. Hope you're still watching all that kind of stuff. We have this name here in Russian. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. So unfortunately, I don't know I can't really read this exactly. But it looks like the first letter is a T, like an actual T, and then it's like O, and then like almost like a pi symbol, and then like a backwards R. So that's like the first thing there. So I don't really know how to pronounce that. But yeah, thank you for subscribing. You subscribed this year, actually, in February, so that was actually pretty recent. Thank you very much. We have a wonderful update. Thank you for subscribing. And then the last three were all around the same time. I think it was right when I announced that I hit 100. These guys actually came along and subscribed right after. All guys I know. So we have Logan Carter. We have Sean Santinello, who was the facility manager at the camp that I worked at. He's like my boss or my supervisor. And then we have Anthony Kornatzer, aka Korn. Sorry that I kind of mix between like full names and full non-names, because it's just kind of weird, because I don't want to, like, obviously fully dox somebody, but then at the same time it's like that's public so everybody can kind of see it. But either way, thank you Logan, Sean, and Korn for doing that. The support always means so much, even again if you don't watch any of my stuff, just checking it out, or like just the support just means everything to me. And right now I'll quickly show you guys how I record stuff. My floor is pretty covered, but I want to do this video real quick because I was like, I have to do this so I can get other stuff done, because I have like some stuff to build, I have some art to do, I have like paintings and stuff like that. There's stuff I gotta get done, but I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do that until I have this set up. So my floor is not covered. My floor is still covered with stuff. But anyway, we're gonna check that out real quick of how I record things so you know my situation. So let's do it. So yeah, so this is where I am when I record things. I'm on the ground, so there's my bed behind me. I'm like also looking in the mirror to make sure that like I'm doing this right. Like that I'm framed properly. So this is how I do. Like I sit down next to my bed, and then what we have is like we'll have my computer about like right there. Like I'm not really gonna set it all up because I don't want to record anything right now, and then cover my floor and stuff. But I have my computer right here. That's my other computer. But I have my Mac right here. It'll be plugged up there. Like it'll be plugged in the wall, and the wire's gonna come down because obviously it eats the battery away. So I need to keep it charged. Then, it's plugged in here. I have a little adapter thing. So then the wire is going to come out of there. It's going to go to the Elgato. HDMI is going to go into the, like whichever console. So let's say we're recording on the PlayStation. The HDMI from the PlayStation to the TV comes out and goes into the Elgato right there. Then there's the HDMI connected to the Elgato that'll go to the back of the PlayStation. Then that little USB piece goes into the adapter. Then we have my microphone here. It has a wire that comes out of it, which is this one right here. And then that'll go, in the back. And then it'll be plugged in the other adapter, like port there. The microphone will go right here onto this like little trash bin that I have. It'll always be like sitting up like that. Oh God, can I please do this? There we go. It'll be sitting up like that. So this is obviously what I record on, is this little trash can, because I need to keep the microphone stood up somewhere that I can like directly talk to it to. So I'll be like this. Like I'll be like, oh, like hey guys, like welcome to another video, all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of how I record. So I'm sitting here looking at my TV. And yeah, so that's my basic setup, honestly. Is like this is how I do it, is that I sit on the ground. So yeah, if you ever hear, like, I'll be obviously shifting around during videos, and then you'll hear like this getting banged on, and like the audio will like go down because the sound's being made. So that's like what I was talking about earlier. But yeah, so this is my basic setup. Obviously it's not the best ever, but it's what I have. Like that's the whole, I guess, theme of the channel, is that I'm just working with what I got here, folks. But this, again, is all for fun, and I enjoy every second of it, except for when I'm playing Avengers. But yeah, I'll be like sitting here on my little trash can. Here's going to be the microphone, and I just sit here and talk to you guys. So yeah, isn't that something? And then, I just hit record on the thing. Hello everybody, welcome to this video. We're going to be playing this. I'm getting really tired, and then I'll usually record at night because that's when like nobody's around, so I can like not bother anyone. And then I'll stop recording. I'll take the video file, move it to my desktop. I'll give it a name. I'll make a thumbnail for that video, pair it up with that, like just kind of put it next to it, and then I'll go to YouTube, upload all the videos. And then I'll go through one by one and like add all the details and all that kind of stuff on there, and add the thumbnails that correspond to it. Sometimes it'll tell me the thumbnail's not the right size, even though it is the right size, but whatever. And then I'll go back and fix it and do all this kind of stuff. So that's why some look a little bit better than others in terms of like quality and HD and stuff like that. But yeah, that's me. So seriously, thank you, everybody, for getting us to where we are right now. I'm definitely going to be looking into the, like that little custom play button thing. There's obviously a lot of stuff on Etsy, but a lot of that is like a custom like piece of paper I can print out myself in a little frame. So it's stupid. I want to actually find something that could be really cool. So we'll work on that. But anyway, thank you seriously so much for watching all of my content, or some of it, or just whatever degree, and like being here and being a part of the channel, because you're a part of this journey and you're building up, this channel to, be whatever like it is. So I'm just rambling now, so I'll stop that, and because this video has been long enough, and I'll just say thank you for watching. If you like this video, you can like it. Excuse me. If you didn't like this video, let me know in the comments. Please, if I didn't call your name before, please put it in the comments, because I can't see who's subscribed. Those were all the people I could see that were subscribed to me. So yeah, so put in the comments if you do watch my content. I think you can't post comments unless you are a public thing or something, or unless you have a channel, but then you'd have to be that. Whatever. So thank you so much for watching. And here's to more support subscribers, more videos, more being productive, because obviously last year and this year are stinky. So this one not so much, but obviously it's like kind of carrying over, but hopefully it's gonna get a lot better. We can go do stuff now. But thank you. Just thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that may be. And yeah, so see you guys later.